So last class, we seen that types of automobiles. There are few types of automobiles. Once again, I'll take you to the glance of yesterday's class because in middle we have started there. So first classification or first type is a basic load. So there are two types of load classification. So on heavy duty classification and light duty classification, one more also is there, medium duty classification, that also we can consider. Next, on the basis of wheels, so there are one more classification. The classification is called as a wheels on wheels. So sometimes we can classify on two wheelers, sometimes we can classify on three wheelers. Some cases we can go for classification on four wheelers. Sometimes we can classify on 6, 8, and 16 wheels. So irrespective of duty of vehicle, we can classify the vehicle also. Next, on the basis of fuel. So as I said that last class, so there are few alternative fuels are there in the society, in the market. So based on availability, based on sources of availability, we can use kind of alternative fuel and we can have enjoy with that fuels. So such kind of fuels are petrol is a one, diesel is a one, and the electric charge batteries also is there, and steam vehicles, gas turbine, sometimes vegetable oil, sometimes we can use LPG, and sometimes we can have other liquids also we can use. So next classification on the basis of body style. So sedan is a one type, hatchback is a one type, SUV is a one type, XTU is a one, XUV is a one. The XUV means extremely utility vehicle. So based on that, organizing people, based on that, car companies or vehicle companies, automobile companies, organizing companies, they are following their models. Based on that models also we can use as a automobile classification or a type of classic automobile. Next, coming into the next slide, next type on basis of transmission. So on the basis of transmission also we can use, there are few types of transmissions are there. One is conventional, where human involvement is there, and semi-automatic, there is a involvement of both human and automatic. And the third one is where automatic is there. Automatic is nothing but there is no gear changes, or gear pedal. So directly on accelerating basis, the vehicle is moving on the road. So that is the one. Next, on the basis of driver is a one who is driving the vehicle and who is controlling the vehicle. So he has to take or he has to handle that what you call that driving wheel. So driving wheel may be positioned on the left side some vehicles, and right side on some vehicles. So irrespective of that condition, we can use or we can take as a type of automotive part or automobile part. Then one more classification or one more type is also is there, driving axle. So front wheel axle is there, rear wheel axle is there, all wheel drive also is there. So front wheel drive, nothing but the differential, whichever right now we are using on the back wheels, that we can locate on front wheels. So at that time, the type of vehicle is called as a pull type vehicle. Pull type vehicle. సో ఫ్రంట్ వీల్ కన్నా లొకేట్ చేశారంటే టోటల్ బ్యాక్ వీల్స్ ఏమవుతుంది పుల్ చేస్తూ ఉంటుంది అనమాట. సో రేర్ వీల్ డ్రైవ్ ఈజ్ నథింగ్ బట్ ద యాక్సిల్ is locating on back wheels, so that the kind of vehicle is called as a push type vehicle. So here we have two important types. One is pull type, second one is push type. So right now we are using push type vehicles, means that the axle, the differential is locating on backside wheels. So that is the one. All wheel drives, so the steering controlling is locating on to the all wheels. So whenever you'd like to turn the wheels, so all wheels must be rotated at a time. All wheels. So right now we are taking only controlling on front wheels. On front wheels, there is no differential on front wheels, even though we are controlling the vehicle by using of front wheels, not back wheels. So in that case, all wheel drive cases, all wheels are controlling by the steering. So the driver must have control about all the wheels. So he can control the vehicle by what he want. So that is the one case here, on the basis of drive axles. Next, position of engine. So this is also one most important right now. This is also one challenging for design engineers, one challenging for automotive industries. So engine is on front, some cases, engine on rear, I mean that back side of the vehicle. This is also one case. So right now our engine is on front wheels, on front. So I mean that above the front wheels. So some cases, even though we are looking nowadays, the such kind of automotive vehicles or automobile vehicles are on rear wheel. So especially we can see that where travels nowadays, all travel buses are having such type of facility, means that locating engine on backside. So this is also one. So such cases, it is when engine is locating on backside of the vehicle, such kind of vehicles are pushing vehicles. Such vehicles are pushing vehicles, because backside is there, the transmission is, the torque is pushing to front wheels, so that it is a one kind of vehicle. So when engine is located on front wheels, or above the front wheels, so it's kind of is a push type. So it is a push type. So on basis of that also we can have position of engine. So push type engine, pull type engine, push type engine and pull type engine.
సార్
So this
ఇంజిన్ పొజిషన్ తో మనకి ఏమన్నా అడ్వాంటేజ్ డిసడ్వాంటేజ్ సార్? ముందర పెడితే ఒకలాగా వెనక పెడితే ఒకలాగా.
అప్పుడు టార్క్ అనేది మనకు బేసిస్ అవుతుంది అనమాట. టార్క్ లాస్ కాకుండా ఉంటుంది. ఇప్పుడు ఇంజిన్ బ్యాక్ సైడ్ పెట్టి ఇంజిన్ ఫ్రంట్ సైడ్ పెట్టామంటే ఏమవుతుంది అంటే, ఫ్రంట్ సైడ్ ఇంజిన్ డెవలప్ చేసిన టార్క్ ను బ్యాక్ సైడ్ కి ట్రాన్స్మిట్ చేస్తున్నాం కదా. బ్యాక్ సైడ్ కి ట్రాన్స్మిట్ చేసి అప్పుడు వెహికల్ ఏం చేస్తున్నాం అంటే పుష్ చేస్తున్నాం ఫ్రంట్ వీల్స్ లో.
అప్పుడు యాక్సిల్ కూడా ముందరే పెట్టుకోవచ్చు కదండి సార్? ఇక్కడ యాక్సిల్ డిఫరెన్షియేషన్ వచ్చింది కదా, అప్పుడు ఫ్రంట్ వీల్ యాక్సిల్ ఫ్రంట్ ఇంజన్ పెట్టుకుంటే సరిపోతుంది కదండి సార్?
బ్యాక్ సైడ్ ఇంజిన్ కన్నా పెట్టామంటే యాక్సిల్ ఇవన్నీ ఏం అవసరం ఉండదు, డైరెక్ట్ డిఫరెన్షియల్ కి కనెక్ట్ చేస్తారు, బ్యాక్ వీల్ డిఫరెన్షియల్ కి. ఇప్పుడు ప్రెసెంట్ మనకున్న వెహికల్స్ ఏమవుతుంది అంటే, డైరెక్ట్ ఇంజిన్ అనేది బ్యాక్ పెట్టేస్తారు, అప్పుడు యాక్సిల్ ప్రొపెల్లర్ షాఫ్ట్ ఇవన్నీ డిస్కనెక్ట్ చేసేసి డైరెక్ట్ డిఫరెన్షియల్ కనెక్ట్ చేస్తారు. అప్పుడు టార్క్ అనేది లూజ్ కాకుండా ఉంటుంది, మనకు లాస్ట్ కాకుండా ఉంటుంది అనమాట. ఎందుకంటే డిస్టెన్స్ టార్క్ ట్రావెల్ అనేది తక్కువ ఉంటుంది అక్కడ. ఇక్కడ ప్రొపెల్లర్ షాఫ్ట్ ఉంటుంది, మళ్ళీ మనకు కనెక్షన్ ఉంటుంది, గేర్ బాక్స్ ఇవన్నీ ఉంటాయి కదా. సో ఇక్కడ సమ్ టార్క్ అనేది లాస్ అవుతుంది. ఆ లాస్ కాకుండా ఉండడానికి డైరెక్ట్ బ్యాక్ వీల్ డిఫరెన్షియల్ కు కనెక్ట్ చేస్తే, సో దట్ వీ కెన్ హ్యావ్ హై పవర్ టార్క్ అంటే.
ఓకే సార్.
So that is the one. That is why nowadays the kind of concept is using on travel buses, because the kind of buses has to move long distance, right? So that is the one case right now we have. So this slide also one classification, a simple classification. I mean the types here also we can see that passenger cars and good cars. Purpose of the car is, or purpose of the automobile vehicle is passenger, to travel the passengers and to travel the goods. Fuel used, there is also petrol, diesel, electric, steam. Steam is not in use, but this kind of concept is only on trains. But nowadays the kind of concept also eliminated. Instead of that, the people are using electric engines. And capacity is nothing but heavy duty vehicles and light duty vehicles, or HMU is nothing but heavy mission vehicles, light mission vehicles. Next, construction, single unit and articulated. This also you can see, articulated is nothing but a connection of two individuals. So you take the tractor, there is a engine and there is a trolley. So you take that train. So engine is a one, after that the all bogies are connected to the engine. Single unit is nothing but it is a car, bus. So that is also one classification over here. Drive, that we see in that left hand drive and right hand drive. And number of wheels, 2-wheeler is there, 3-wheeler is there, 4-wheeler is there, 16-wheelers, 18-wheelers, that is also is there. Body, hatchback is there, sedan, then convertible, then station wagons. So likewise we have a special purpose vehicles also is there. So this classification, this slide is simplified up before 2 slides. So you can have this slide and you can easily remember about classification of automobile engineering, classification of automobile. So whenever you have a glance about this slide, then you can keep in mind that as in a simple form and you can elaborate in your examinations. Next, coming to that, a construction, because a complete automobile vehicle is constructed with different components. As I said in the previous class, to get a complete automobile or automobile vehicle, it required nearly 1500 components, including small elements like bolt, nut, watch, so stud, like that, including all individual components. It required nearly 1500 components so that we can do as a one complete automobile structure or complete automobile vehicle. So in order to that, there are few most important components. So when looking into that automobile vehicle, so those important components we're going to study, and these important components are connected to each other. Say, we'll say as a final automobile vehicle. So there are some components. We'll go through that components. The first component is called as a frame. Frame is nothing but which is having most primary material, a primary component here. Next, chassis. Chassis also most important here. Body. Body, it is just like a skin to the automobile. However, we have a skin on our body, like that. A skin is a one. A skin is covered total automobile vehicle, so that it avoid rainfall on into the body or into the vehicle, and some dust particles also cannot pass into the body directly. So it will, the kind of body is protected to the passengers, and the kind of body is protected to the automobile totally, total components which are located inside of that. And last but one is a power unit. It is a most important power unit. Without power unit or without power, the vehicle cannot move. The vehicle cannot take a travel on the road. So power unit is also most important, where we need to study about power unit. Transmission system. So including propeller shaft, including differential, including rear wheels. This is called as a transmission system. From gearbox to till differential unit, it is called as a transmission system. So that is also we have to study by individual components, because transmission is connected not only by one component. There are few different components like gearbox, like clutch is also connected to the transmission system, propeller shaft, then differential unit. So likewise, it is a one order. So that order we have to study in the under the concept of transmission system. Clear? Frame, chassis, body, power unit, and transmission system. So about 5 concepts, about 5 individual components we have to study. So one question from this compulsory will come. So next we'll see that one by one. An automobile is made up of mainly 2 units. These are chassis and body. So chassis and body, you can see that one equation over here. You can see that a frame and base components, which is called as a chassis, frame and base components is called as a chassis. Chassis is nothing but bottom of the vehicle. It is a supporting the total vehicle. So simply I can say that bottom base. On the bottom base, the total body, engine, everything we can mounted on it. So a best example where you can see chassis means lorry. You take that lorry. So sometimes you may be seen on the road, a lorry is going without frame or without structure. Only there is a chassis. One engine is there at front side. So one driver chair is there. So just with that he is passing or he is driving that lorry. So with the chassis, only with the chassis. After that, body construction is taking other place. So that is why it is traveling from there to body storeroom or body constructing house, right? So that is why chassis. Next, coming to that, a chassis plus body is nothing but a vehicle. So here only chassis is there, frame and base components. Base components are power transmission unit. Power transmission unit. plus frame. So that is called as a chassis. Next, to chassis plus body is a vehicle. So this is one equation to understand to the students or to understand by you, and keep in your mind a simple logic here so that you can write by your own. So here I bring to you is the one layout. The layout is called as a automobile layout. So you can understand this kind of layout, which is side view and top view. Side view and top view I have located here. This one is the top view. So here you can see that all individual components. What are the individual components are? So very firstly come from here radiator. So this is the radiator. You can see here radiator. Then after that, these two are front wheels, and this is the front wheel axle. Front wheel axle. On the front wheel axle, there is a engine located. So after that engine, there is a clutch. So after clutch, then after that gearbox. Gearbox is also one where most important. This is the side you can see that steering where the driver can sit here and he can control this. So the steering is connected to the front wheels. See here, the steering is connected to the front wheels. So according to automobile principle at right now, the controlling, the tractive force, the tractive on vehicle is controlled by using of only front wheels, by taking of front wheels. There are also two concepts are there. One is Ackermann steering. Second one is Davis steering. That is also is there in our syllabus. So I hope in third unit we maybe study about this steering mechanism also, how to control that, what is the principle, what is principle logic on steering control. So how to control the vehicle by taking of the simple principle, that also we can see in the third unit. So by that time, you just to keep in mind that the steering mechanism is also is there. The steering mechanism is followed by two important principal concepts. One is David steering, one is Ackermann steering, second one is Davis steering. Davis steering. Those two are scientist names. On their names, it has been developed. The principle have been developed. The principles will be followed till now. Next, coming to that, a propeller shaft is a one. Propeller shaft is also connected, and here is a differential. We can see that differential mounted on the rear axle. So this is back tires. Back tires. This we can say the total back side of the vehicle. So this is called as a chassis. This total body is there. No? You are looking into that. This is called as a chassis. I mean that total body, body for not body. It is a base for automobile. So every component is locating on wheels. Every component is locating on wheels because such kind of frame, is a one. The frame is constructed with multiple sections. See here, this is multiple sections. One section, two section, third section, fourth section, fifth section. Because by increasing of number of sections, it can raise to strength of the body or strength of the this frame. Strength of this. In order to increase the strength of the frame, so the design engineers are using into different sections so that it can have a more strength. It can have more strength. Like in engineering mechanics, we were studied about frames and trusses. So truss is connected with the number of individual components, number of sections, in order to increase the strength, in order to make the more strength on that, right? So frame and chassis also located on this. Chassis also located on this. So after that, the engine is also locating over here. So the transmission system is starting from here and ending over here. So this total line is called as a transmission system, right? So we can see a components over here. Frame is one. Frame is nothing but this is the frame. Chassis are nothing but located over here and over here. Then tires. Then what we have? Propeller shaft, this is the power transmission unit. So this is the power transmission unit. So all individual components we were seeing there. Among these, there are also few are there. Electric system. That means that electric system is different and power transmission system is different. Power transmission is nothing but where torque is generating, where the kind of energy is using for to run the vehicle on the road, to move the vehicle, to get a dynamic movement on the vehicle. This electric supply is only for by taking of battery to get a switch on the vehicle, to start the vehicle. At the same time, whenever the vehicle is traveling in the middle night, at night times, at dull spaces, then it required to switch on the lights. So that is also one vehicle power unit. Power unit is nothing but electric power unit. And to make arm, to blow arm, that is also one concept here. So that is also followed by the electric power, right? Electric power is different, torque power is different. So don't confuse by taking up these two words over here, right? So this is the one concept by looking into this frame, by looking into this diagram, you can understand it. So in examinations, there is a question, explain about automobile parts, explain about automobile components. Then in that case, you have to draw this diagram and mention all the individual components, then start explain one by one component, so that your question answer will be available, a particular question to answer. Clear? Next, coming to that, clear? Is it clear? Components and with the diagram. Components with the diagram. Let's start one by one to talking about the components. Right. First, to come to that frame. A frame is a skeleton of the vehicle. Frame is a skeleton of the vehicle. Like however we have a skeleton on our body, in our body, then we can see that such type frame. It is made by the section wise. So it serves a main foundation, base for alignment for the chassis. So types, there is a conventional frames, semi-integral frames, and internal or untidiest frames. So conventional frames also we can use, semi-integral frames also we can use, and integral frames also we can use. So it is a one kind of skeleton. Next, come to the chassis. Chassis also one component, one important component in automobile. If the frame constrains the basis of the components, it is called as a chassis. The components are like engine, radiator, clutch, gearbox, silencer, road wheels. Road wheels are nothing but front tires and back tires, fuel tank. So all components are framed over the chassis, right? So on the chassis, there is a frame. On the chassis, there is a frame. Next, body. Body is a like a skin. It is a skeleton. It is a skin. It is a skin. So body is covered with sheet metal. So right now we are using that fiber sheet metal. Fiber sheet metal. Right now we are using fiber sheet metal. In olden days there was aluminum metal with alloy materials. Likewise, the body was constructing. So later on, it has been changing. It has been changed that fiber material, because in order to decrease the weight of the vehicle and increase the fuel efficiency on the automobile vehicles, so it has been constructing with fiber materials to construct a body, like a car, truck, tractor, delivery van, like all those things we're using that body. Next, a major components. An engine is a one major component. Powertrain, transmission system is a one major component. Suspension system and steering system, braking system, electrical system, and body. But the steering system is a one unit. Braking system is a one unit. Likewise, these total components divided into different units, because we cannot study all the components at one unit. So that is why it has been splitted into different units. So I have to finally, after completion of 5 units, so that every student can understand that what is automobile, how automobile can construct, how automobile is running. These all concepts you learn from this, right? Next, main components of the automobile: engine or power units. So previously we seen that three important components. Next, one more important component is a power unit or power plant. So power plant, the word can be hard. Power plant is power producing. So in this also, in automobile also, the power is producing here. It is a sources of power. Sources of power is nothing but a torque. Sources of torque in order to move the vehicle, in order to start the static position to dynamic position of the vehicle, automobile vehicle. Frame and chassis, supporting of the vehicle, supporting the bases, supporting the all components. Transmission system, where torque is transmitting from engine to rear wheels. So a body and controls, body is also controlling. Body, a body and controls, this is also one important component here. So these are the components, right? These are the components, some components and body structure and classifications. This class we have seen. So next class we'll go for other concepts. We'll go for other topics because we have a time, lot of time. That is why daily I'm taking 45 minutes because to join all the students it will take 5 minutes, and after that explanation and we're taking attendance, almost it is taking like 40 to 45 minutes. So today class we have seen that classifications, types of automobiles, and few important components of automobiles, and a line diagram of automobile, that we have seen that. So next class we'll go for other concepts. Before that I'll take attendance. So is there any disturbances to anyone? Hello? So total 16 students have been added here. 16.
Hello. Sir. और 19 को हम लाग दो శివారెడ్డప్ప ప్లేట్ మర్చిపోయి నీకు కూడా ఆకలి పెట్టించేస్తారా శివారెడ్డి కూర్చుందిరా తినేది ప్యాంట్ చేసుకొని ఇట్లా తింటాను
సార్ క్లాస్ అయిపోయిందా సార్?